Hello my dear student, how are you? So today is a special class for CBSE class 8 and the topic already we discussed in the several weeks, that is the crop production and management. But at first welcome all of you, Cinderella and Shayon, Shatanik, Aniket, Shorashish, Gaurav, Rastip, Anubhav, Shohom, Shudipto, Dishari, Samriddhi, Shomojit, Oindrila, অঙ্কন দেবারুণ সমদিত্য সুতানু সৃজিতা দেবলীনা দেবপাম কৌশানী সৌমজিৎ সপ্তর্ষি দেবার্ঘ প্রমিত রশ্মি সৌরেশ অরশি কৃষ্ণাশিস ঈশান and Nirupama. All of you are special warm welcome to our special session for CBSE class 8. So today is the day 5 and it is the last day of this chapter. And today we discussed most important two important topic, that is the storage and the food from animals. These two topics is the most important also, but very easy topic. Now at first we discuss the how our grains are protected from pest, bacteria and fungi. Because you know the production of grain is not a very simple task. Several steps is there that is a farmer can follow after that grain are produced, but when the grain are produced, that is must be stored carefully, otherwise all the efforts are no value. But generally you know that the grains are damaged by the pest, by the bacteria, by the fungi. But very important a question arise, how these grains are protected from this bacteria, from the pest, from this fungi. So number one, grains, maybe it is the seeds, are dried in the sun to reduce their moisture. So the sun drying is the most important step for the seeds, because this is not followed in every type of crops or every type of products, but for the seeds the sun drying is a more important step. By the process we remove the moisture. For that reason the fungi and bacteria do not grow easily on that particular type of grains when they are sun drying. At small scale, grain are stored in the jute bags or the metallic bins. But it is in the very small scale, because that time the pest or bacteria or fungi do not damage these grains. Another one, in large scale they are kept in the silos and the granaries. This is another step, but in the large scale it is happening. Dried neem leaves are used as a home to protect the food grains, because dried neem leaves have lot of advantages, but for the protection of the grains it is take also the important role. Another, in the case of big godowns, that time chemical treatment are done to protect the large quantities of grain, because in there you know there are large godowns, the millions tons of grains is there. So that is most important to control all of these things very carefully. So in large godowns the chemical things can be used to protect the grains from fungi, from bacteria and from the pest. And now what precautions should be taken during the storage of grains? Number one, grains should be dried properly or they might ultimately not easily. That is most important, because the moist grains do not have the long lifespan. They should be stored in the completely dry gunny bags. Gunny bags, if they are wet, there are moisture in there, so the fungi can grow very easily. The bags should be kept in a place which is completely moisture free, because moisture is the most important thing, because you know the fungi can grow in the moisture also. So if it is dry condition, the moisture is not there, so fungi cannot grow on it. And storage area should be well ventilized, so it is most important the air circulation system must be necessary in the storing house. In large godowns, care should be taken that chemicals used to repel to kill the insect and rat do not contaminate food grains, because otherwise if the rats are grow on that large godowns, so more ultimately grains may be damaged, right? So chemical things is used very carefully, because the others animals or others human beings cannot affected in that particular area, that must be follow on it, right? So this is the different precautions must be taken when we are stored the grains carefully. Now is our second topic, that is we discuss food from the animals. So last couple of weeks we discussed the plant as the food, but you know, in not only in India but in the whole world, the animal is the most important source of the food. When animals are ultimately reared the large scale to obtain the food from them, it is called the animal husbandry. In the animal husbandry includes the taking care of animals, breeding them and domesticating them for the different purposes such as meat or wool, milk, eggs and honey is a different purpose, right? For that reason we are domesticated the animals, so caring is most important thing, so totally management part is there. This is not a simple work, lots of scientific work is done in the animal husbandry process. Now, types of animal husbandry popular in India. Number one, you know, the beekeeping or apiculture, by which we are get the honey and the bee wax. All the cattle farming, the cow is there, the dairy farming or the fish farming or the aquaculture, poultry farming or the sheep farming is a different farming procedure there in the animal husbandry. That's a lot of economic importance in India, not only in India, in the whole world also. Number one, when we are discuss the animal husbandry, that time the breeding is a very common technique. But what is the mean by the breeding? Number one, breeding means the mating animals between the superior characteristics to create the new breeds. Two superior parents, maybe it is male and female, they are ultimately mating together to get a superior progeny. That is the hybridization techniques. These are hybrid progeny and produce the more useful from their parents. And two types of techniques is there. One is the inbreeding techniques, another one is the outbreeding techniques. Number one, inbreeding means when we made the superior animals of the same breed, two superior parents we are taken, but if they are in the same breed, that time it is the inbreeding techniques. On the other hand, when the mating animals of the different breeds, that time it is called the outbreeding. Outbreeding is mainly the three common processes there: outcrossing, crossbreeding and interspecific hybridization. That is we discuss one by one. But at first we discuss what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the inbreeding. So inbreeding means the breeding in the same breed, right? Common ancestor. But now when you are continuously inbreeding is happening, advantage also, but also the disadvantage is there. So at first we discuss the advantage, and in the advantage they eliminate the harmful recessive gene in the breeds and selectively choose and the nature superior genes. So when we are cross between the same breeds of the animals, when the superior quality is present, right? Because the inferior organism we do not take for the hybridization techniques, so only the superior genes can pass from their parents to offspring. That is the advantage, because we always get the good product. But if we are doing the inbreeding continuously, so the inbreeding depreciation are happening. That means continuous inbreeding can reduce the fertility and productivity of the animals that are breed. So it is called the inbreeding depression. It is most important question in your syllabus. But what are the three types of outbreeding program? So inbreeding depression is the most common problem. So how you are overcome? By the process of the outbreeding. So outbreeding, number one we discussed, that is the outcrossing technique. Outcrossing means when the animals of the same breed are mated together but they have no common ancestor. That time it is called the outcrossing. And crossbreeding means when the superior males of the one breed are mated with the superior males of the another breed. So when these breed are changed, right? So that time it is called the crossbreeding. Next one, interspecific hybridization. When we are get a semen from that one parent's superior qualities and the another breeds, right, we are take the another female breed like and artificially inseminate on them, that time it is called interspecific or artificial insemination. And now we discuss another important topic, that is the green revolution. When the green revolution are happening, that time the food production is steadily grow on in the India. But you know the 8 main achievements for the green evolution. Number one, increase the crop yield per hectare, increase their production, increase the overall crop production. And next, the commercialization of the agriculture, increase the use of fertilizer and insecticide. That is the important reason for the green revolution. And you know, the increase the irrigation facilities, less dependence of the monsoon, multiple crop program, rural electrification, because electric is a very important also in the fields, because in that irrigation system is necessary some electricity purposes. So that is a different major achievement for the green revolution. For that reason the green revolution are happening in India. So this is the crop improvement and management chapter. This very easy chapter we discuss in every topic in some details. But now is the exam time. Next 2 weeks is exam for you. Next week is the exam for the science Olympiad type of questions, that means the MCQ type of question in the next 2 weeks. The chapter crop production and management, that is your syllabus. But one after next week, that means the next week, that they also be the exam. And this exam for your CBSE class 8 board exam type question, right? That means the subjective type of question is there. That time you write down the answer in your copy, right? And after that you just take a photocopy of this your copy and send it to my WhatsApp number. It is for the long question or the subjective question, that is the next week syllabus. So next week is the science Olympiad type of MCQ type of question, and CBSE class 8 your syllabus crop production and management. So this is our class, and thank you all of the students to attending this class, and wish you best of luck, because the next week is the most important for you. So thank you very much, and wish you best of luck.